Portalcraft. So we're going to answer your question on, I think Portalcraft would be too slow. This is the amazing card that I revealed. If you haven't seen that video, check that out. Doll Operation. Give a random puppet in your hand +4 attack. Hand 7. Put 2 puppets in your hand to give 2 random puppets +4 attack. Talked about this a lot already. Really strong removal, because you'll just be doing 5 damage for 1 with that puppet. And you can save the puppet and give a storm later with Misha. So really high burst potential with this card, as well as really strong removal. And then like in hand 7, you get 10 damage for 7 play points for against the as trade damage. Not the best, but also not bad when you're already playing this card, right? The hand 7 is an option. Sometimes it kind of messes up your gameplay because you don't want to be using hand 7, but it's sometimes a good option. This card's a 8 out of 10, no bias. Drill Hedgehog. It is Hedgehog with drills. It gives you a great tree, and if residents act for you, it gains rush. Yeah, that's a card. It does a thing. It has rush sometimes. Pretty good. 5 out of 10. Dollmeister. Or Meister. 2 play point 2/2. Enhance 6. Put a puppet in your hand and give it Bane. That's pretty weak. You get to kill something for extra 4 play points on top of a 2/2, but it'd be nice if he just gave you a puppet on Fanfare. Might be too strong though. It's like a 4 out of 10. He might make Hedgehog a sleeve reward. They've done that before, right? With other small cute animals. Night of the Living Dog needs to be a sleeve. I will use that sleeve. I haven't changed my sleeves since the Grand Blue Fantasy leaders. I've always been using Lydica. Sorry, Lyriel. But yeah, if I get Night of the Living Dog sleeves, then I'll use those. Dazzling Archer, 7 play point 4/6. Fanfare, deal 4 damage to enemy follower. It's not very exciting. But she has Crystallize 1, countdown 2, then return, put an Analyzing Artifact, an Ancient Artifact into your deck. So it happens twice, so you get 2 Analyzing, 2 Ancients for 1 play point. That's pretty good. Really good kind of card you just play out on turn 1. After turn 1 comes a little more awkward. But maybe it's just good enough. Maybe play 2 of these and hope we get 1 turn 1. And later in the game kind of fill it. The only problem is it sticks in your board for longer than you want it to, because board space is really important for Artifact, Portalcraft. So the awkwardness of this card might be outweigh the usefulness. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. The Portalcraft Aether puts a Radiant Artifact in your hand. Like the Dragon one, it just gives you extra reach. This one gives you 1 less damage, but costs 2 less play points to play the Radiant Artifact. 1 less play point, play a Radiant Artifact. It's a 5. I always think it's 4 because you always get a discount on the Radiant Artifact. No, it costs 5. But yeah, extra reach is nice. You can trade a draw card. That might be beneficial, but just getting extra reach is really nice. We just have to make sure we have a good reason to play the trees. 6 out of 10 for this Aether. I like having extra reach on the card that you already want to be playing. Enos, Maiden of Clouds, 3 play point 2/2. Can't be attacked. If one residence acted for you, deal 1 damage to all enemies. So you can machine gun down stuff if you have a bunch of ways of drawing cards. It also can't be attacked, so it won't be removed by other opponent's followers' attacks, but it can be easily removed by removal because she has really low stats. Resonance is pretty easy to manipulate with artifact draw cards. Also pretty easily manipulate if you have a bunch of trees, because each tree will draw you a card. So if you play a bunch of trees in one turn, this can machine gun down stuff. Yeah, so potentially very good. Yeah, I don't see this being that bad. Even if you just like draw 2 cards and like activate it once, it's not that bad. We have to really find a way to play this and activate a bunch of times, which will be tough. This is a very like skill intensive card to figure out and when to play it. I'm gonna give her a 5 out of 10 because it really she can scale upwards depending on the deck, or she can just be not very useful. Enhance Tiger for play point 3/3 rush strike. If there's no allied Great Tree in play, summon a Naturian Great Tree. If an allied Great Tree is in play, sorry, if there's no tree in play, then summon a tree. If there is one, then you gain +1/+1. The 4/4 for 4th rush is really nice, but it's just like it's just nice. It's not amazing. 5 out of 5, pretty basic card. Artifact Call. Put a random artifact card from your deck in your hand. If Resonance acts for you, you can put 2 artifacts instead. That's nice for artifacts. Probably an auto include, maybe. Just drawing 2 artifact cards. It makes it easier to get your artifact engine running. I don't know, if you play a playset of this, because it might be a little awkward to play a playset. But I think it's like gonna be in most artifact decks as at least 1 or 2, maybe 3. Give it a 7 out of 10. Cannon Hermit Crab, 6 and your turn of Resonance act for you, or an allied trees in play, summon a Cannon Hermit Crab and change its attack defense to XY. XY equals half of this. Follows attack, defense rounded up. So if Resonance act for you or you have a tree, you get a 3/3. So you get 6 play point 6/6 and a 3/3. It's not bad. It's like 9 worth of stats. It's probably not worth playing trees over, but like also can just play it in a normal deck and play it when you have Resonance. But just okay. Just a little bit too slow, right? Just like decent stat wise, really good for something like Take-Two, because stats matter a lot in that. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. We're missing a. Oh, you saw the gold. Before we move, okay, we'll move on to the last one after that. Dreadnought Gorilla, 8 play point 8/8. Fanfare Resonance act for you if a tree in play against Storm. So you kind of just play this in conjunction with a lot of damage shards in Portalcraft, and you just gorilla them down. You just play a big gorilla and you punch him in the face. This is your game ender. Obviously, he doesn't always activate if you're not playing trees, so you have to kind of plan ahead and activate Resonance. So it's a little bit smarter than just playing a big dumb guy and giving storms. You have to kind of plan ahead. If you're playing trees, then you're just a big dumb guy. Yeah, it's a lot of damage for 8. It doesn't have to go for reward, but if you're playing Portalcraft, you usually have really easy ways of sneaking past ward by destroying them with like puppets or artifacts that cost 0. So maybe you just kind of play artifact deck that's does a decent amount of early game damage and kill them with Dreadnought Gorilla. And you can kind of set up the Resonance with the card draw you get from artifacts. Probably don't even need to play trees. Yeah. 8 out of 10. Get it. Then we have the last Portalcraft card, Awakened Ragna. 2 play point spell. Deal 3 damage to a random follower. Enhance 9, choose a waifu. So you choose one of these three waifus. You got Visha, and they're all 0 cost 10/10s, by the way. Fanfare, discard your hand and give your leader the following effect. And if this turn, change the enemy leader's maximum defense to 2. There's probably lots of ways of setting up some kind of lethal with this. Like effects that do damage on the opponent's turn and stuff like that. So I think I saw some ways of doing it on Twitter, but I don't want to get into that. You can figure that out. But just know that you can't use cards from your hand to set up lethal. You have to set it up beforehand before you play this, because you're going to discard your hand. Yeah, Inventor Amulets. Yeah, there's ways of doing it. But I think Inventor Amulets at the end of your turn, so. Leader effects will activate first, so it actually would work. No, but the Inventor Amulets will check their health first. So the way it would work is if they're at 10, then they'll just die if you have 2 Inventor Amulets. Or 10 or less, because they get changed to 2. Kind of weird. But yeah, there's some ways to set up lethal with this. The other one is Izalu. If you have 4 cards or more in your deck, banish all cards in your deck until only 3 remain. Then banish all other followers and amulets. You do get to keep your hand, so there's that. And at this point, you're pretty much looking at winning the game, or like close to the end of the game. So having this like 10/10 that just wipes the board is like really strong. It's like a Bahamut. It's a better Bahamut, really. And it costs 0, so you can save it. But usually, like you're paying 9 for the enhance, so you probably want to play right away. Yeah, so it's really good board clear. It's just against Elena, something like that would be great. It also banishes your amulet, so you can't play this with like Lysha or something. Or you could like save this for Maisha, yeah, that's true, and banish all their ward. Depends on the situation. But it's a very powerful effect. And then Jotet, Herald Despair, has Rush. And Fanfare, subtract 8 from your maximum number of play points. And then reduce the damage his follower to 0. Can't be affected by spells and effects except for those who change his attack or defense. So you get a Aegis with Rush, which is obviously very good. But then you only have 2 play points left after that. Excuse me? Yeah. So if as long as they're playing ward, then it's really hard to get through because you're not gonna have much play points to remove that ward. But you do have a Aegis with Rush. Yeah, it's like you're going all in on this thing. These all have really steep downsides, but they're obviously like they're 0 cost 10/10s that you have to play an enhanced 9 to get. And they all have ridiculous upsides, but also ridiculous downsides. And you get to pick the situation too. It's really hard to evaluate this card, but it is 3 damage to random enemy follower. Yeah, that's okay. Removal. Yeah, maybe you just play it for that, and then suddenly you have this super bomb, depending on the situation. Really interesting. I rate it waifu out of 10. Yeah, it only kills Leod if they don't buff him. That was Portalcraft. Portalcraft seems a little strange. Now we have neutrals. We're almost done. Traveler's Respite. Restore 2 fence to your leader. Put a tree in your hand. Change its cost 0. Seems like it's just a straight up Haven card. Not many classes want to just heal themselves for 2. For 2. 2 play points. 2 life for 2 play points is a pretty bad rate for most classes. Aside from maybe like Haven, which has some upsides to it. And the tree could be nice. So if we could do like a healing tree deck for Haven, then probably see play. Aside from that, I don't see this seeing any play. Maybe in Dragon, just because the way that the Dragon tree deck works, it's really a defensive grinding deck. So maybe in Dragon. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Sweet Tooth Sleuth. 2 play point, 1/3. And fair to put Investigation in your hand. Investigation is a 2 play point card, draw a card. Hand 6, draw 3 cards instead. He's terrible. Only like semi-pickable in like Take 2. I wouldn't really pick him up over anything else. Like he's not terrible, so there's probably cards worse than him, but yeah. 3 out of 10, maybe worse. I don't know. He's bad. A Chemical Confectioner, 3 play point, 1/2. Fanfare, randomly put 2 different Natura cards from your deck in your hand. She's not a Natura, so she can't draw herself. But yeah, like if you're playing any tree-based deck, then you're probably gonna be playing this card because she's just in a really good rate. Drawing 2 cards with a 1/2 body, really good rate. 7 out of 10. Giving Gourmet. She's a 5 play point 4/4. Gives +1 to an allied follower if there's a tree in your hand. Oh, sorry, it's a Natura card in your hand. Then give +2/+2 instead. She's not a Natura card, so she won't activate herself. I don't see where we really play this. Maybe in Sword, but or Forest, but seems like a stretch. Give her a 3 out of 10. Gourmet Emperor's Kitchen. 3 play point. Oh, I missed something. Where's the carrot? Someone link the carrot to me. Okay, I'll talk about him first. Gourmet Emperor's Kitchen. 3 play point, deal 5 damage to an enemy follower. Really good rate for damage. If you can evolve and have more evolution points than your opponent, put a Flaming Hot Fair in your hand. And just another 2 damage for 1, which is also pretty good. It just adds an extra card. Yeah, it's great removal. Class is probably going to benefit this the most is either Dragon or Maroon. Now we give it a 7 out of 10, probably more for like Spellboost Rin. No one linking me the carrot. It's on Twitter. Reload the page. Okay. Oh, here it is. Here are the 2 cards I'm missing. Ooh. Okay, we'll talk about those later. Extreme Carrot. Last words. If a great tree's in play, put a Extreme Carrot in your hand. So just as long as you have trees, he's constantly recurring. Just kind of like how the elephant is constantly recurring as long as he has trees. So definitely a good Shadowcraft card, and maybe good in other classes if you're playing trees and just want to have a value 2-drop. And he's also extreme, so he gets an extreme 7 out of 10. And moving to the other gold. Desert Pathfinder, 2 play 2/2. Last words get a. There's no tree in play. Summon a tree. And then evolve. You get a tree in your hand. So pretty much auto include in every tree-based deck because you really want to have as many trees as possible. Like it's just a good body, right? Just a 2 play 2/2, and gives you 2 trees potentially. Just not that good when you already have a tree in play. But he's a good starter for getting a tree into play. Something you want to lead off on turn 2. Gets a 6 out of 10. We have Shiva. 6 play point 5/6 with ward. Fanfare gives you leader the following effect at the end of your turn, or 6th, 9th, and 12th turn. Restore 2 defense to your leader at the end of your 7th turn, 10th turn, and 13th turn. Give +1 attack to all leaders. Sorry, all allied followers. And at the end of your 8th, 11th, and 14th turn, deal 4 damage to him later. So he has a lot of effects, and they all happen in sequence. So you goes heal, then buff, then damage, then heal, then buff, then damage. If you get him on turn 6, then you get the most number of effects. Or if you get him out earlier, if you're playing Dragon, then you can get those effects waiting for you when you get to those turns. There's a lot of effects, and he also has ward, so potentially just pretty good value as long as their games are going long. And he has ward, so he's kind of nice for that. Maybe you play. I'd see him being played in Dragon or Haven. Dragon because you can ramp him out and get these effects set up, and you just kind of want to grind out your opponent. And he has 2 things that really help you for grinding out your opponent. He's the face damage and then the heal. The extra face damage is going to help in conjunction with the evolve effect from the dragon tree guy. That's going to be extra damage every turn, or on specific turns, and then the healing's going to help you not die. Not a straight up Dalephil replacement because Dalephil heals you every single turn. This heals you only 3 times, and that's on 6, 9, and 12, which 12's like not very likely to come up. So it heals you twice, really. It's only if you get him on down on turn 6. Heals you only 1 time, really, if you don't get him on down on turn 6. You have him turn 7 or 8 or 9. So not a straight up Dalephil replacement, but has some synergy with the healing, right? I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10. I think he's good, but only if you have like you can ramp him out or cheat him out in some way. Like maybe you can cheat him out with Laura in Shadow, but I don't know why you would just cheat out something better than Shiva. And then we have the last card. We'll talk about this later. Last card is Verdant Magna. He's a 6 play point 06 with Russian Bane. And his fanfare, if at least 1 allied neutral Great Tree has been destroyed this match, gain the ability to attack 2 times per turn. If at least 3 Great Trees have been destroyed this match, then give the leader following effect. If there are no allied Magnas in play, summon a Magna and evolve it and then remove the effect. This effect is not sackable last end of the match. So she can do a lot of damage, right? Because you can evolve her, you can get the double attack, and then evolve her and do 8 damage. Oh, so if you can attack the next turn with her, obviously. She doesn't have Storm. She has Ward when you evolve her, but loses Bane. So yeah. She attacked twice with Bane, which is nice, so you can remove 2 big things, potentially. It's really easy to activate that. You just need to want 1 tree destroyed. And 3 trees gives you a Gives you another Magna later in the game. So the way this works is if you, it's like a delayed effect. It'll check every single turn until you don't have one in play. And then when you don't have one in play, it will give you a 4/6 ward, and then it will remove the effect. So if you were to play another Magna later, then you get the effect again. It's pretty interesting. And I think Sheer Evolve Art's pretty cute. If it's like the sleeve. Yeah. Pretty good removal. I don't know if it goes in every Great Tree deck, but it goes into most of them. And it's really annoying, like, because you get this 0/6 Bane attacking twice. The opponent has to get rid of because you'll just trade again. And then when they get rid of it, then you get a 4/6 with ward later. For like, that's a lot of value for 6. I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Well, that's all of the cards from Verdant Conflict. I'm gonna end this video now. Hope you enjoyed the review. A lot of stuff going on. And let me know what you think about it. And yeah, see ya.